Today, we're sharing all the number one songs of 1987 and their stories. Some of these stories might surprise you, others might make you angry, and a few might even change how you view your favorite artists. If you lived through 1987, get ready to relive some memories. Gregory Abbott kicked off 1987 with Shake You Down, a smooth R&B track that took everyone by surprise. Abbott, a Columbia University graduate who taught English, wrote this song while going through a divorce. The track's success was unprecedented. Abbott became the first black male solo artist to hit number one with his debut single on both the Hot 100 and R&B charts simultaneously. Billy Vera and the Beaters found success with At This Moment,
I would do at this moment,
thanks to Family Ties. The song was actually recorded in 1981 but flopped. When the show featured it during Alex P. Keaton's romantic scenes, it skyrocketed to number one. Vera had been performing in small clubs for 25 years before this breakthrough, proving success can come at any age. Madonna's Open Your Heart showcased her continuing evolution as an artist. The song was originally written for Cyndi Lauper and had a completely different sound. The controversial music video, featuring Madonna as a stripper performing for a young boy, caused significant debate. Despite the controversy, or perhaps because of it, the song became her fifth number one hit. Bon Jovi's Living on a Prayer almost didn't make it onto their album. John Bon Jovi initially disliked the song and had to be convinced by bandmate Richie Sambora to include it. The track's working-class story about Tommy and Gina was inspired by John's sister's real-life struggle with her husband through medical school. Huey Lewis and the News reached number one with Jacob's Ladder, written by Bruce Hornsby and his brother John. The irony? Hornsby's own version was rejected by his record label. The song's criticism of televangelist was particularly bold for its time, especially considering the scandals that would rock televangelism later that year. Remember watching these songs climb the charts? Were you Team Madonna or Team Cyndi? Share your memories in the comments below. If you're enjoying this musical journey through 1987, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell to get notified for the next video drop. Club Nouveau's cover of Lean on Me brought Bill Withers' classic to a new generation.
lean on me.
While Withers initially disapproved of the reggae-influenced arrangement, he later admitted the royalties from this version helped fund his retirement. The track won a Grammy for Best R&B Song and remains the only cover version of Lean on Me to top the charts. Starship's Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now marked Grace Slick's return to number one, making her the oldest female to top the charts at that time. She was 47. The song, written for the movie Mannequin, brought together the former Jefferson Airplane singer with a new generation of fans. Aretha Franklin and George Michael's I Knew You Were Waiting For Me marked Franklin's first number one hit since Respect 20 years earlier. The collaboration almost didn't happen. Michael initially turned it down, fearing he wasn't worthy of singing with the Queen of Soul. Cutting Crew's I Just Died in Your Arms was inspired by a French phrase for the sensation after intimate relations. The band's lead singer, Nick Van Eede, wrote it at 4 a.m. after reconciling with an ex-girlfriend. The song took nearly 2 years to reach America after its UK release. U2's With or Without You became their first number one hit in America, though the band hated playing it live initially. The track uses an infinite guitar effect created by guitarist The Edge and a specialized device called the Sustainiac, which was later destroyed in a fire. These songs defined an era, but we want to hear your take. What memories did these tracks bring back? Don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that bell. We've got plenty more musical history coming your way. Kim Wilde's cover of You Keep Me Hanging On transformed the Supremes' Motown classic into a rock anthem. Wilde, the daughter of 1950s British rock star Marty Wilde, recorded the vocals in just one take. The song hit number one in the UK and the US, a rare feat for a British female artist. Atlantic Star's Always almost didn't get released as a single. The record company thought it was too soft compared to their funkier early work. The gamble paid off. It became their biggest hit and a popular wedding song, though the band later expressed frustration at being pigeonholed into ballads. Lisa Lisa and Cult Jam scored their first number one with Head to Toe. Lisa Lisa was only 20 years old when the song topped the charts, making her one of the youngest Latin artists to achieve this milestone. The track was recorded in just 2 hours. Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody Who Loves Me was initially rejected by Clive Davis for being too similar to her previous hits. The song's writers reworked it overnight, creating the version we know today. It became one of Houston's signature songs and won the Grammy for Best Female Pop Vocal Performance. Hearts Alone revitalized their career after a brief decline. The power ballad was written by Billy Steinberg and Tom Kelly, who also wrote Madonna's Like a Virgin. Nancy Wilson later revealed she hated the song's original demo, but was convinced to record it after significant arrangement changes. We're halfway through 1987's number ones, and the hits keep on coming. If these songs are bringing back memories, share this video with someone who will appreciate the nostalgia. Don't forget to subscribe. We've got much more to share with you. Bob Seger's Shakedown, written for Beverly Hills Cop 2, earned him his first and only number one hit.
Shake down, break down, take down.
Interestingly, Glenn Frey of the Eagles was originally supposed to record it, but lost his voice before the session. Seger stepped in as a favor to his Detroit friend, despite initially disliking the song. U2 returned to number one with I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, though many don't know it began as a reggae track. Bono has called it a gospel song, and the band later recorded a powerful version with a church choir in Harlem. The song's spiritual lyrics sparked debates about religious themes in rock music. Madonna's Who's That Girl was written and recorded in a single day for the movie of the same name. The film flopped, but the song soared. Madonna insisted on incorporating Spanish lyrics despite studio resistance, foreshadowing the Latin pop explosion that would come years later. Los Lobos took La Bamba to number one, making it the first Spanish-language song to top the Billboard Hot 100. The band initially refused to record it, wanting to avoid being stereotyped. They finally agreed after being promised complete creative control over the arrangement. Michael Jackson and Slyda Garrett's Just Can't Stop Loving You was released as the first single from Bad, a decision that confused many at the time.
I just can't stop loving you.
Garrett, who co-wrote Man in the Mirror, was chosen after Jackson's first choices, Whitney Houston and Barbra Streisand, declined. These songs are bringing back memories of '87, aren't they? If you're enjoying these behind-the-scenes stories, help us grow this community of music lovers. Hit that subscribe button and share this video with friends who appreciate good music and great stories. Whitney Houston returned to number one with Didn't We Almost Have It All?
Didn't we almost have it all?
The song's writer, Michael Masser, actually wrote it years earlier but held on to it, believing only Whitney could do it justice. He was right. It became her fifth consecutive number one single, breaking a record previously held by the Beatles and the Bee Gees. Whitesnake's Here I Go Again had already been released in 1982, but failed to chart.
Here I go again on my own.
The 1987 version was completely re-recorded with a new arrangement. David Coverdale wrote it during his first marriage's collapse, and ironically, it became a hit during his second divorce. Lisa Lisa and Cult Jam scored again with Lost in Emotion. The song's success was particularly meaningful, as it proved they weren't one-hit wonders in an industry that often dismissed young Latin artists. The track's mixing engineer later revealed they deliberately kept Lisa's vocals raw to maintain authenticity. Michael Jackson's Bad marked the first time he addressed his critics directly in song. The track was originally intended as a duet with Prince, who declined after hearing the opening line, "Your butt is mine." The final version included some of the most complex vocal arrangements of Jackson's career. Tiffany's cover of I Think We're Alone Now topped the charts when she was just 16 years old. The mall tour that helped promote it wasn't a marketing gimmick. She couldn't book regular venues due to age restrictions on alcohol sales. If you were there in '87, what memories did these tracks bring back? Share your stories in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more musical journeys through time. Billy Idol's live version of Mony Mony knocked his rival Tommy James' I Think We're Alone Now, covered by Tiffany, off the #1 spot. The only time in Hot 100 history that different versions of songs by the same artist have replaced each other at #1. I've Had the Time of My Life from Dirty Dancing wasn't actually recorded until after the movie was filmed. The famous dance scene was shot to a demo. Bill Medley initially turned down the song multiple times, only agreeing after watching a rough cut of the film. Belinda Carlisle's Heaven is a Place on Earth marked her transformation from punk princess to pop superstar. The song was co-written by Rick Knowles, who would later work with Lana Del Rey. The music video was directed by Diane Keaton, a fact many people still don't know. George Michael closed out 1987 with Faith,
Cause I gotta have faith.
the title track from an album that would define his solo career. The iconic intro was a deliberate reference to Wham's Freedom, symbolizing his break from his past. The leather jacket and Levi's he wore in the video were sold at auction years later for over $100,000. And there you have it, every #1 hit from 1987. Which songs brought back the strongest memories? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this musical journey, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We'll be exploring more years and sharing more stories that might change how you hear your favorite songs. Until next time, keep the music playing.